Hi guys! So my video today is going to be on how to be happy. Now by that I don't mean if you follow these tips that you're going to be happy all the time every day. Even if someone looks as though they're happy all the time 24/7, they're not. Everybody has bad days, so I really hope you guys really listen to what I have to say, and this video may be long, but I make long videos. I talk a lot. If you know me at all in person, I talk so much and I don't really know when to shut up. But trust me, I do you guys a favor by editing these videos. Alright, so let's get started on the first tip on how to be happy. So the first tip on how to be happy is to think positively. You can't live a happy life or have a happy day if all you're doing is thinking negatively. And sometimes what a lot of people say is, well, nothing good happened to me that day. And if that's what you want to believe, then okay. But you're never going to get happy with that attitude. When I say think of something good that happened that day, I mean think of the multiple good things that happened to you. You woke up. And I realize for some people, that doesn't make it a good day. And I am truly sorry if that is how you think, because that breaks my heart. But you woke up, you got to eat, you went to school. I know some people don't like school, but you know what? There are people in this world who don't get to go to school and who would love an education. You know, just the little things that people don't even think about anymore. I recently thought of doing this, saying a bunch of good things that happened or are going to happen in your day, because I would have a sad thought and I would get sad, and then my thoughts would be sadder and sadder and sadder and sadder, and I wanted to be happy. And the only way to get happy is to think positively. So I mean, I would just stop and just seriously just think every single little and big good thing that has happened or was going to happen that day. But sometimes you have bad days and you just have to remember that tomorrow is not going to be as bad as the day before, alright? Especially if you don't let it be. You have to wake up and think, I'm going to have a good day. I have an app on my phone called Inspirational Quotes, and it's a free app, and it really helps when I read it first thing in the morning when I wake up. And it really just it doesn't put me in like a happy bubbly mood because I'm not a morning person, but it does put me in a better. My second tip is to do something different. And a lot of times people get upset or depressed when they feel like they're stuck in a rut and their life is going nowhere and they're doing the same thing every day, all the time, and it's so boring. And I am someone who really likes scheduling and planning and almost kind of mapping my day out, but I realized I couldn't do that because I felt like I was in a rut and I couldn't just kind of do things on a whim whenever I wanted. I felt like, no, at 2 o'clock I can't go dance because I said at 2 o'clock I would go do something else. So try, if you do that, try not to do that. Try not to schedule every little thing in your life. And when you do something different, instead of watching TV, go read a book. Or instead of reading a book, watch TV. You know? You have to be creative and kind of think of things, maybe things you wouldn't even do. You know, when's the last time you drew or colored a picture or painted, or I just said all creative things, but you could go do math equations, if that's what you like. Maybe you really like math. Or you could, I don't know, I'm drawing a blank here. I am gonna write a list of just as many things that I can think of that is possible for an average person to do. So I'm not talking about going skydiving or even going anywhere. It's things that you can do at your house, either with someone or by yourself, whatever you prefer. I'm going to list it in the description bar below, and if you have any ideas, please comment them in the and I'll add them to the list, and maybe that can help someone who just feels like they're stuck in a rut and doesn't really know what to do. You also have to motivate yourself to do something. That's important. I even really like making YouTube videos, and I have to motivate myself to do it because I'm an extraordinarily lazy person. So, yeah. The third thing is to know that it's okay to have different emotions. Like I said in the beginning, even if someone seems happy 24/7, all the time, every day, they're not. Every person has emotions. They're happy, they're sad, they're angry. To truly be happy and to live a happy life, you have to realize there are going to be times that you're going to be angry or upset. And that needs to be okay because we're all human and we all have different emotions. What you don't want to do is let that one emotion take over your life. Number 4 is to write down what you're sad or angry about or talk about it with someone. I find a lot of times writing it down really helps me kind of express how I'm feeling, and maybe like what I would do was write out my problem, like completely, like every single little detail, because that's who I am. That's just how I work with writing. But maybe what you need to do is write a poem, or write a story, or write a song, or write random words all over the piece of paper. Figure out what works for you. I always felt much better about, I would always feel much better about writing down stuff opposed to telling someone, because if I wrote something down, then I could take the page, fold it, rip it up, throw it away, and then my problem was gone. But if you don't like writing, or if what really helps you more is telling someone, whether it's face-to-face, email, texting, FaceTime, calling, whatever, then again, that's what you should do. Maybe it'll even help in the beginning if you tell the person, hey, I just want to vent, I don't want advice, or I do want advice, but please just let me vent, please listen till the end. Number 5 is, so many people think that they need to be in a relationship to be happy. I have multiple friends who think that to be happy, they need a guy in their life, or they need a girl in their life, or they need a guy who is going to pay attention to them, or a girl who is going to pay attention to them. And I can tell you right now that's not true. Yes, someone can be part of your happiness, but you need to be the reason for your happiness. Does that make sense? That makes sense. You don't need someone to complete your life, you need to complete yourself. You need to be happy before you can be happy with someone else, because even if you don't think that people can tell that you're sad, if you get really close to someone and are trying to be, whether it's in a serious relationship with them or you're just getting really close to someone, having a really good friendship, they're going to be able to tell when you're upset. And especially if you really care about that person, you don't want to make them upset. So being happy is going to make them happy. And now that I'm thinking about it, when I say people need a person in their life, some people think they need the newest electronic to be happy, or a pet to be happy, or just things to be happy. But what you really what you really need is to learn how to be happy on your own. And then those things can be wonderful additions to being happy. In addition to that, you don't want to let someone else be able to control your feelings. Especially if you're not in a relationship, you don't want a guy or a girl or a parent or a friend to control when you're happy or not. Even if someone else is mad or sad, yes, you should respect their emotions, but also you don't have to be mad or sad just because they are. And if you want to be, go ahead. But you shouldn't feel obligated to do that. If you want to be happy, you have to work on it. And it's something that does come naturally. But at the same time, if you've always been negative and always been angry or always been sad, and you're going through a time where you just feel like you can't get happy anymore, if you feel like you can't get happy anymore, or you're laying in bed and you don't want to get up, you feel like laying in bed will be better than getting up, and you feel that constantly, like more than 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, go seek help. Because you shouldn't feel that way. You should feel happy. You should feel good about yourself. You shouldn't feel like you have to go and hide from people or hide from the world. You should be able to express yourself and be happy. And this video was kind of all over the place, and I'm so sorry. I'll try and make sure it makes sense when I edit it, but I really hope that you guys got something out of this and that you will try what I said before on being happy, to just think positively. Even in a sad time, thinking positively can really, really help. And again, I will have a list of things that you can do if you're trying to get out of a rut or you're bored and you just don't know what to do, or maybe it can be an alternative to something. So yeah, I will have that list down in the description bar. And please comment down below on what makes you happy, what makes you just, anytime you think about it, you just get a smile on your face. Maybe that is a person, maybe that is a boy or a girl or a pet, and that's fine. But again, it shouldn't be the absolute reason for your happiness. You should be the reason for your happiness. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next video.